Hello? Oh, yeah, it's on. Okay, good. Honey, I gotta go start this now. Aren't you about to? Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Well, thank you to those of you who are staying. I am exhausted, so I'm hoping that my synapses in my brain fire correctly. I have to be out of my house in a week, and yay, it's sold, but also lots of work. And I've been not sleeping and putting in some pretty late nights. So here we go. First of all, I'm gonna explain some terminology because I'm gonna be using a lot of words that maybe some of you won't know what they are. So the organ has three manuals, 1, 2, 3. The top one is called the swell. The middle one is called the great, and the bottom one is called the positive. So I'll be referring to those manuals, and then of course the pedals. You know what that are. And when I talk about a stop, that's all these tabs and each tab has pipes that belong to it. You know, one pipe for each key. So if I talk about a stop, like I have this stop or I don't have it or something's happening with it, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a particular sound, tab, set of pipes, okay? So that's that. So I want to talk about the thing that's been happening for the last 2 weeks first. When I had my little rant, Labor Day weekend. So there are several stops on the swell that just have not been working. This particular stop is a mixture stop. And I haven't had it or then these other stops for at least a year. Just not there, just gone. So when I came that day and that one stop was on and I couldn't get it to go off, that was very strange. And so there's so much about this one thing. So all that week it's on, and I had Fowler, Oregon scheduled to come in, and by the time it was time for them to come in, by the time Thursday came and they were gonna come Friday morning, that stop that was stuck on was not sounding anymore, like not at all, like the way that it's been for a year. So I canceled that appointment because there was nothing for them to do. So then I come in on Sunday morning and it's back. So again, I'm changing all my registrations, doing all my stuff, and it was on all this past week, even yesterday, and I came for Barb's service. And I came in on Friday and it spent a good deal of time figuring out new registrations for the music that I play for funerals because I can't use this manual if there's a loud mixture stop on all the time. I can't do it. So I came and I worked that all out. And like every time I would come in, this past week or whatever, I would turn on the organ and I would go like this. Of course, nothing now because then I got here this morning and it was gone. So, and I can tell you what it sounds like because there's something similar on this manual, the positive. It's like this. So that sound, this sound, I mean, on everything on the swell. So I get here today and then I'm like, oh my gosh. So here's what's perfect, but not perfect. Like I can't even try to prepare a bad organ demonstration without stuff changing over a 12-hour period for me to be able to do it. So I can't, so then I got here this morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't really have time to like change my generals back or do any of the stuff or even be able to, rework what I was gonna do today. So that's like its own thing. I don't know. I put painter's tape on all the stuff up here that doesn't work. So there are 12 stops on the swell. 7 of them I can't use. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that work on everything. I have 2 pitches in the main octave that I use all the time that do not play on a whole bunch of stops. So, and that's one thing I'm going to show you. When you have 2 pitches in the area that you play all the time, that takes so much away from you. So, I guess since I'm talking about that, I have lists, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to just play a piece that's one of my favorite pieces. And so that you can see what it sounds like when parts of a tune are just like not there. Right? Tune is gone. Oh, there it's back. Gone. Oh gosh, there's a note that's gone. So that chord, that's supposed to have 4 notes in it, and there are 2. That's it. Oh, gone, tune. Gone. So there you go. And that's like 6 bars of a song. And okay, so I can't, but here's what I do. So that's a thing. So then I'm like, okay, if I really want to play this piece, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to like totally change the registration from what it's supposed to be, because if I really want to play it, I'll play it on this. So everything's there. But I'm limited. So the two notes that don't work in that are the D and the B. And that's just a lot. So, and then I'm just talking about the swell now. The reed, okay, so this list that I'm working with, this is just the list for right now. You must know that when I come in each time and something is happening, I just fix it. You adapt. Think about how your body is as you age. And, oh, I can't do this anymore. Oh, this is lost. Oh, okay. And then you just kind of adapt. And then after a while, you don't really remember how it used to be, right? So I'm so used to just fixing stuff in an immediate fashion. Like I don't even know I'm doing it. I just do it. And just like, you know, your body does the same thing. This is not working, oh, this other part of your body is going to take over for that or whatever. So that's what I do. So I wanted to show you this stop. Oh, there we go. That one's okay. So this is octaves. So let's say, you know, I'm playing along and there's an out of tune thing and like I can't deal with it. So I quickly, you know, just change the registration. And that's happening all the time. That's just out of tune stuff. I think that's enough on that. So let's talk about the pedal for a second. Okay. Here's a stop that's on. I'm going to go up chromatically, like note to note to note, notes that are next to each other. This note is, these notes, E flat and D, they don't have a pitch. I mean, it's just a noise. It's just going like that, you know what I mean? So that's a thing. And then this is also, this principal 16-foot should be one of the loudest stops on the pedal. It's a foundation to what you need. And it's so, there's like nothing there. It's like it's a flute. You hear how, so this is an E, and this is an F, and they sound like they're the same thing. I don't know. It starts to get a little bit more oomph as I get higher up, but it's not very useful. And then this is the flute, 16-foot. I'm going down and like the C, the low C, barely plays. I can hardly hear anything. So if I'm playing a piece and I have like the 16 and the 8-foot flute on and I'm holding a low C, it's like there's nothing there. It's just, it's gone. Like the foundation, the base of whatever I'm playing is just gone. Oh, and these are, do you hear how that's out of tune? Like I'll be playing away and I'll go, oh, what's on the pedal? And then I'm like, figure out what it is and then just get rid of it immediately. So that's just happening right now. And then there's stuff that there's just, like the pitch is just gone. Here's another one. Oh, no E flat. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, gone. Then we get to keep going. And then, oh, and then we're going up some more. Let's see. Oh, C sharp is gone. Okay. All right, so that's that. And then this, which is, I think they must be borrowed. Same thing. I think these are the same pitch, which is why it doesn't work. Yep. All right, so that's its thing. Oh, and then there's this. Okay, now I'm switching to the great for a second. This is a thing I've talked to Fowler organ every time they come. I'm like, can you fix this thing? And every time they say, no, we cannot. So I'm just going to go down chromatically from middle C so you can hear what this is that makes me crazy. Here's G. There's F sharp. It's either like pitchless or like sort of the same thing as the G. So if I have a tune going in there and I get to the F sharp, it's not it. Let me add another thing to it. Do you hear? I mean, I've added another stop to it so there's something, but do you hear that? I can't even. I'm trying to find what the pitch is in there and I can't even. So I have a lot of things where I'm playing like an accompanimental thing on the swell, on soft strings, except with pitches missing, and I'm playing a tune thing on the great, and I get down to that F sharp, and it's not the tune, it's not the right thing. I don't know, I can't stand it. Thank you. So, I'm going to leave this for a second. There's other stuff that's random. So, these buttons under here are called generals. And it makes all of the stops come off and on and stuff. And there are certain ones, first of all, that don't work, or like I haven't used 2 in a long time because 2 would throw on like a whole bunch of pedal stuff like randomly that wasn't part of what I had on that general, so I just stopped using it because I'd be playing along and all of a sudden the pedal would go really loud. So I don't know what's up with that. And then I'm pretty sure there's a thing. It's I think it's 9 and 10, where it decides to do what it wants to do. I can't count on it. So that is that. So what's hard is that I don't really have the swell because there's so much missing. So that's hard. I have a 3-manual instrument that's pretty much just a 2-manual. And there's a lot of things that I can't do. Like, I'm starting to think about, what do I want to do for Music Sunday? I'd like to do the Rudder Gloria again, because it's been a long time and that's like my favorite. And it has a big organ part. I'm thinking that I cannot manage it with this. That would take a lot of doing. I just don't know if I could make it work.
Judy, can we ask you some questions?
Yes, please do.
So looking at the big picture, are a lot of these deficiencies because of like water intrusion, warping and that sort of thing, or is the organ just simply wearing out?
Well, it's kind of wearing out. The whole thing, the whole like tuning thing, and Jonathan can talk about this better than me, is the way that Schlicker organs have to be tuned is called cone tuning, where they have to do a lot of hammering and stuff just gets bent. And then you can only do it for so long and then you can't anymore, which is why the organ is flat to A440, what everything is tuned to. So,
So it sounds like a little of both, right? If you had water coming through the ceiling, you see the
oh yeah.
It's dripped down, you can see the signs of it like dripping through the curb lab that's covering up, the pipes. But so it's limiting you, it sounds like, to what you can even play for us now.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of there's pipes sagging, and Fowler people could talk to you more about what's going on up in the chambers. tune to me.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if I could just, you know, tune to them, like the way it's supposed to be. But they just have to tune everything flat.
And then, does that last the whole performance?
No, it does not. Because their instruments want to go back to what they're used to. You know, the brass can like pull stuff out and do stuff with their lip and use their ears to fix stuff as they go, to tune to the instrument. But other stuff, like strings, I think strings I might not even be right about this, but I think stuff just wants to go back to what it's used to, which is A440.
So we have to do that multiple times then during the time?
We have definitely done that in the past, like retuned after the sermon or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the bottom line is that I will continue I will only put forth what is good. I focus on what I can do and not what I can't do, because there's no point in that. And I will continue to do that, but it just is getting hard.
I have a question, Judy.
Yeah.
How many hours do you spend practicing versus how many hours do you spend adjusting the order? What's the split?
That's great, Chris. Well, lately, with that mixture here or not here thing, I've spent a lot more time trying to figure out my workarounds than actually practicing. That is for sure. And here's another thing. I'm so distracted by all of the things that are going wrong in any one moment that I can't, and I make mistakes because I'm trying to, figure out, how I can fix it. Or it just is bothering me that something that's happening, especially this thing. This thing that is so distracting to me. But that's a stop that I have to use a lot. I just have to use it. So I just, or you know what else I do? I'll pick stuff in a different, I'll go, I obviously can't play in this key today because, blah, blah, blah is out of tune and all this and all that. And I'll pick a different key. Or I can use this certain stop in this key, but not in that key, so remember to take it off so that, oh gosh.
Judy, I have another question.
Yeah.
And I know you might have to just guess.
Mm-hmm.
What percentage of this instrument can you rely on? What percentage? Is it 80%? 90%?
Well, let's say each manual is 33 1/3. Oh wait, there's the pedal. No, 25%. So, except for this weird thing on the grate is the one I can count on the most, except for this C sharp that's not here. Can't count on that, obviously, because, yeah, not there. But the rest of that is pretty good. So I would say I would give this a 24. I would give the swell about a 5%. Yeah. And the positive isn't too bad, except for the out of tuneness. The positive tends to go out of tune faster than the other manuals for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Well, just the out of tuneness. I might give that a 15, because a lot of times I can't use the 8-foot flute, and that's the only 8-foot stop on the positive. So if I can't use that because of this A, I can't stand it. But I've started using it and just dealing with it. So what have we got? What did I say? 5, 24, that's 29, or 49, no, 29. And this is probably 20, 49. Pedal. Oh, that's a longer list. The pedal's not great.
We're at about 44%. What's the pedal?
Yeah, there's so much that's pitchless or not there. 15,
So 60%.
maybe 10.
Around, right? Maybe 60% total.
Yeah, you know what? I'm confusing it with what I can manage and not what. Yeah.
Right, and besides which, you come in and you find a new problem seemingly every other week. So that's
Yeah, and I just, sometimes I don't have the bandwidth available to work it out. I don't know. I'm gonna do another one of these. So here's the thing. It's like I didn't have time to go through all of my music and find, I would need to find a piece that addressed each specific problem. I don't have time for that right now. Not with what I've got going on. In October, I think then I might have time to be more specific with it, but not right now.
So I want to thank Judy, not just for this, but for what she does each and every Sunday. And I want to encourage you, if you want to hear her play and show you the full range of the disaster that it is, come in October, there's going to be another one of these when Judy has a little bit more time to, prepare something. Thank you for your questions. If you have any other questions, you can always contact Jonathan Reed, who's really an expert in some of these things. Certainly Judy is the true expert. And also people who know about what it takes to fix an organ, replace an organ. You can talk to Nancy Danhoff, myself. This is our great struggle. So
Yeah, I'm hoping that Fowler could not get in. They had no time for me this past week.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they can get in this week, and we can, and I need them to explain
Yeah.
all of this business going on with the swell and why that mixture thing is so random.
How often do you see Fowler?
Well, they're here, so the basic times that they come are before Christmas and before Easter. Other times, emergency,
So multiple times a year?
yeah, at least twice a year, and maybe 2 more times besides that if I have a really humongous problem that I cannot,
So this is
deal with.
because we haven't taken care of the organ?
No, we've taken good care of the organ, but the organ is like a pencil we've sharpened down to the end.
Yeah.
Can't
So
do
them
it.
coming really is just putting a Band-Aid on it, it's not fixing it.
Yeah,
It's
great.
putting enough Band-Aids in.
It's paying someone a lot of money to give us a Band-Aid, so. Again, I wanna thank you for your time. I'm aware that everybody has places to be on a beautiful Sunday where it's
Yeah.
going to stop raining.
Mhm.
Judy, again, thank you so
Sure.
much. Chris, thank you for sticking around.
Yeah, thanks.